following video contains plenty of Spud aim. It's a mix of meta gear, with a non-meta gun. Fully sick for both PvP and PVE. This thingamabob is an absolute beast. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, big guy. The sun's getting real low.
I won't hurt you anymore.
Say!
But there's still more. But I know you want.
Please, sir. I want some. More?
Wow.
Inside the memorial.
Hello,
Plum here, g'day champions, how's it going, and welcome back to another Division 2 build video. Righto champs, this build is an absolute beast. It's been tried and tested across the board in every place possible in the game. Run and gun and face tank, no problemo. PvE content solo, super easy. And in PvP, this works a treat too. And I've even used this in the raid and it smashes absolutely everything. It's not a hard build to put together, no named gear and only has one exotic on the whole build. You can get up to 48% regen on this build, 30% armor on kill and 65% amplified damage. So much power, yet so much survivability. It's kind of a meta build with a non-meta gun that you all should have saved in your loadouts and be running. Righto champs, before we get stuck in, welcome to all you beautiful creepy subscribers. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, pull your finger out and give that sub button a click. Also, make sure you hit the like button on this video because it does some weird sciencey shit in the background of the YouTube algorithm and actually helps the video pop up in searches. And in turn, that helps the channel grow. Let's keep it going, 10k subs, here we come. Any and all support is super appreciated. Righto champions, with that said and done, let's jump in and check out the build. 3 reds, 3 blues, 1.3mm armor. 4-piece Hunter's Fury, 1-piece Seska, and the Ridgeway's chest piece. For our specialization in PVE, it's gotta be Gunner. You're gonna get an additional 10% armor on kill, which is awesome, and so is the ammo refill every 60 seconds for both you and your team. In PvP, Gunner is still a tip-top option, or you could even use Firewall to get that striker shield. Now, for our non-meta gun that is an absolute beast, it's the M1928 SMG. 140k base damage on this bad boy, max SMG damage, max crit hit chance, and damage to targets out of cover. The talent that we've gone for on this one is Sadist. Deal 20% weapon damage to bleeding enemies, and after 4 kills, applies bleed to the next enemy you hit. Now, pro tip champions, Sadist is actually multiplicative damage, not additive. So, as long as your targets are bleeding while you're shooting them, you're gonna get a monster amount of damage. For the secondary and your pistol, it's completely up to you guys what you want to run. This build is all about that SMG, the M1928. Righto, now let's jump in and check out the build. Hunter's Fury mask, so let's go over the 4-piece of Hunter's Fury. 15% shotgun damage and 15% SMG damage, which we're going to make the most of by using the M1928 as our primary gun. 20% armor on kill, which is going to stack with our 10% armor on kill from Gunner, and we also get 100% health on kill, and the 4-piece bonus is Apex Predator. Hostiles within 15 meters get a debuff, amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorientates others nearby and amplifies your weapon damage again by another 5%, and you can stack this 5 times. This, matched with Sadist, will give you 65% amplified damage. Yep, and I still haven't bothered optimizing this one. 14.7% weapon damage, max crit hit damage, and a crit hit chance mod. For the chest piece, we've gone with the exotic chest, Ridgeway's Pride. We get the triple red roll on this bad boy, so that's weapon damage, crit hit chance, and crit hit damage, and I've gone with a crit hit chance mod. Bleeding Edge is the talent. Shooting enemies within 15 meters will apply a bleed. Repair anywhere from 3 to 48% of your armor per second for every enemy that is bleeding within that 15 meter range. So have 5 enemies bleeding, and this is giving you that 48% regen. And when this thing kicks in, you are immortal. Even if things do start to look a bit sketchy, push on through, get that kill, proc your 30% armor on kill. Yeah, bloody unstoppable. Hunter's Fury holster, max armor, and I still need to optimize this one too, 11.6% crit hit damage. Hunter's knee pads with max armor and 11.9 crit hit damage. And the gloves are our 4th piece of Hunter's Fury, and they have max weapon damage and max crit hit damage. Now for the backpack, I've opted for Seska here for that 10% crit hit chance. Why is that? Because gear sets only give us one secondary attribute, and we need to make up for our crit hit chance somewhere. And personally, I think this is the better way of doing it. Now, I'm well aware this backpack is pretty shitty, but we've got a max armor roll. We do have crit hit damage, but I do wish I had crit hit chance rather than that headshot damage. But we work with what we've got. The talent that we're going to be using on our backpack is Wicked. Applying a status effect increases total weapon damage by 18% for 20 seconds. Now, this one is actually additive damage, so it's not going to be stacking on top of that 65% amplified damage. Sad face. I don't know the real mathematics on this one. If you've figured it out and what our total weapon damage is going to be, drop it in the comments. But this damage buff will apply to anything we shoot, not just status affected targets. Now, the named Golem Backpack Anarchist Cookbook can be used here if you like. You will get extra status effect on your build, but the damage buff from Wicked isn't increased, it's just the duration, and it goes from 20 seconds to 27 seconds. Trading off that extra crit hit chance from Seska on this build, I don't think it's worth it. Even though my Golem bag does have better rolls, I'm sticking with Seska. Now for the skills. Player preference as always, and yeah, another build with a shield. I'm well aware how broken shields are and they provide so much survivability. But try not to think of it as a shield, try and think of it as a security blanket for living. Only tuck yourself in if you really need to. For the second skill, the Bleed Hive I think works the best. The Bleed Hive's just going to spread more bleed to hostiles, which is going to proc Bleeding Edge to give you a higher amount of regen. Righto, lastly then, let's jump on over and check out the stats. The M1928 is at 52.4 crit hit chance and 138.7 crit hit damage. A few better rolls would give us slightly higher numbers, but like I said, this is what it is, this is what we work with, this is what we've got. So, once we proc Wicked, Hunter's Fury, and Sadist, that's going to be 65% extra amplified damage, and that 18% additive. Quick math on that, that's a fuckload of damage. And with our 3-piece bonus of Hunters, Gunner, and the Ridgeways, that's 30% armor on kill and 48% regen. So that's a fuckload of survivability. So I guess that kind of brings the video to a close and wraps up the build. Like I said, I've tried and tested this build through the whole game. PvP, solo, raids, all done, all passed with flying colors. What do you reckon? Are you going to be a freaking champion and try this build out? What modifications would you make to the build? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you've got some weird and wonderful build that the community isn't using, reach out to me, fill me in so I can make a build video on that too. I'm still waiting to hear back from a lot of you. All the music on my channel is proudly brought to you by artlist.io. They're not a paid sponsor, it's just a website that I'm a member of, and their music is insanely good. It helps me and thousands of others create stunning videos with the best royalty-free music and sound effects. Artlist.io. And that's it for me on this one, champs. Drop a comment below about whatever. Any feedback, build questions, suggestions, or ideas, you know I'm easy. Help yourself and the channel, make sure that you've hit that bell notification so you know every time I upload new content. So, did you like it? Then smash that like button, and if you didn't, you can press the dislike. But remember, to support me and the channel, hit that sub button and become a creepy subscriber. And I'll catch you all in the next one, champions. I'm Plum out.